What are your biggest goals, I guess, from a publisher and a vendor view for ECI Flow?
Um, Basically, really, my first goal was really to make things easier for the line production team because what they were doing before Flow was really, something a very archaic process, like getting localization kits, getting batches, trying to merge them manually, send them to the different vendors we are working with, getting back to them, merging back with the new localization kit that has been updated in the meantime, and making sure that there were not discrepancies. So it was a lot of manual process, so leading um, to me what is a waste of time, and also a lot of human errors, because of course in the process it's our recognition kits, it can be I don't know, 50k words, 100k words, and up to 400k words, so it can be a lot of lines, a lot of different files. And so the first goal was really to, yeah, how can we smooth this process with my teams and the vendors. And on the top of that, I also wanted to make it easier to communicate with the development team and the translators, because most of the time, translators, they have questions, they need context, and it was always a back and forth again with my team in the middle, getting queries, passing them to the development team, getting the answers back, and it was not a very smooth process. So the idea was really, okay, how can we actually connect all the actors involved in the translation process, to make it, yeah, smoother and more efficient, and at the end of the day, up the quality level of the translation in our game. So that was really the, the two main goals. And we had some, cherry on the cake was, okay, what if we could also smooth just the extraction of the location kits to the translators, directly using the engine. So, for instance, I'm a developer, I'm using Unreal Engine, and then I have a button in my Unreal Engine to send all my text to the platform and then get back the translation, so we would even remove the need of getting back some file and putting them in one of our local database and get that into the game. So that was the extra idea, really, to have a very smooth and a process from the beginning to the end.
Oh, fantastic. No, it sounds like a great improvement. And then from a vendor view, CG, what did you want to get out of it?
I guess the perspective of developing a tool, especially for localization, with the publisher sides as well as the vendor sides both in mind, I think that's always been exciting for us. And we also know, like from the industry's perspective, there's always that missing kind of a gap of a dedicated TMS or CAT just for games. I think that's what a lot of people in the industry complains about, is like there's no just dedicated tool that's built for games localization. So when Xavier initially came up with the idea, we thought it was the perfect opportunity to kind of incorporate like some of the pain points from the publisher sides, and also some of the pain points from the vendor side as well, and kind of combine that into a tool that is purely working for games localization. And some of the biggest goals that we try to achieve with the tool is essentially to streamline and standardize processes. Because if we think about it, upstream, things are actually quite standardized, like to a large extent, because we have Unity, we have Unreal, which have like really large market share, right? So kind of the dev process is quite standardized to some extent, at least from a tooling perspective. But then once from there, things actually diverge quite a bit. So we think about like if everything is different, then it's really difficult to automate things. So we really try to take the data from like upstream and think about how we can streamline and automate things as much as possible. So that is the one key big goal of ECI Flow. the second one, as Xavier mentioned, on paper, localization is a very simple process. We just translate things, but in practice, it is not. Like just files going everywhere, like different versions. Like we have to merge things together, but sometimes it doesn't work once we push it back to the dev engine. So all things can get quite messy, especially I think it has a lot to do with localization being the end parts of the whole dev cycle. So things are typically like in crunch time, we don't have nearly as much time planning around everything. So it's always like that. So how do we simplify things as much as possible so that everyone else can focus on all the other important parts? That's also another goal that we try to achieve with ECI Flow.